Hello, boys and girls. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, hello, Leonard.
Hi, Basti. How are you?
I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy to be here with you again.
Yes,
Because
indeed.
sadly, we couldn't deliver last week because you were kind of ill, right?
Yeah, I was like really sick. Like we made this unboxing video from for Ultimate Guard,
Yeah.
and I think like I kind of recovered there, but you could still hear that my voice was basically trash.
For sure. We were talking about making the podcast on Tuesday, and I was talking to you, and you were like really ill, and I was like, please let's not do that, please not,
Yeah.
because you were just not feeling well, and so a week off was the perfect solution. But we're back with I think it's episode 3 of YPFL Talk now, right?
I think it's four. We had
Is it 4 already?
Joni, Lucas, and Zoe.
Oh yeah,
So
sure. Oh, already episode 4, even better. We're developing. Cool. So, yeah, because we had a week off, maybe we should actually tell the people what are the points on our schedule today again, so that they can already prepare for our 1 hour of Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can already see on top of the screen, Merlin Schumacher will actually be our guest today, so you can look forward to that in the second half of the podcast. And as always, we have our general categories that are event recap, deck of the week, player of the week, card of the week, and news time. So you can already look forward to these. And then we have our special categories, which are quick spells and counter traps. We will be explaining these later again.
I love
Right?
those.
These are like kind of cringy, but I do love them too, because they're just our personal thing, I would say.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, actually, last week would have been a good time to podcast because
Yeah.
YCS Atlanta was just the weekend before, but we had to pass on that. But I think we can still talk like in general about YCS Atlanta a bit. So I guess it makes no sense to talk about the metagame breakdown or something now because it's 1.5 weeks ago. People do not really care about the development of 2 weeks before now. So let's just talk. I think Sky Striker actually won the event.
Yeah, the deck is like just kill it already.
Let's say, I mean, obviously it was a team YCS. So for the people that did not follow the action there, that means 3 players were entering the tournament together, and then obviously one player will always face one other player, and then the result of the match from one single player will be like the 1-0 for the whole team, or the 2-0 if 2 players are winning, and so you will have the same results as one person would only be playing. So it's like
Yeah,
the
it's
same
like
system. Yeah,
it's like the Ultimate Guard League Cup.
yeah, you're
we
right.
are casting every Thursday.
Yeah, actually we're using the same system, and the event was held in Atlanta, but it was taken down by South Americans.
Yeah,
Not
it's
North
Fala
Americans.
Galera.
Yeah, they were making some big waves there, and I think I said that Sky Striker won the event, but I think only 2 of the guys were playing Sky Striker, and one of them was playing Solomon Grade. And I saw some theory behind behind this decision, because they were like, we did not want to play the same deck for all 3 persons, because the usual scenario will be that every single person is playing the same deck. And so we want to encounter that. So if we have a very bad matchup versus that one deck, only 2 of us will have that very bad matchup. And the other one can then basically overcome that by playing a different deck. So I think that's kind of a clever choice to do there.
It's true.
Yeah, so I think in theory that made a lot of sense, and I definitely agreed with that, for sure. Another cool thing, or like I think a thing to discuss about, is actually a team that had a UDS player in it, a player that won a UDS in America, was getting a 2-round bye for the event. So round 1 and round 2, they did not have to show up. They were just winning these rounds. And actually, you only need one player that won a UDS for that. So at a regular YCS, I mean, it's fine. A player will get his 2 rounds of chill. But I think for a team YCS, it's a little bad because they played 10 rounds, which is like not so much for a big YCS. And you already got 2 buys. I think that's kind of big and kind of a big deal, and maybe that was a little bit misconcepted there. What do you think?
You have like essentially 4 rounds less than on a normal YCS.
Yeah, right.
Just like really not that much, honestly. Like day 1 is over really quickly, and it's like a crazy advantage to. I mean, of course, it's an advantage to start with 2 buys, obviously, but like having this extra sleep and not being that exhausted, I think it like is really giving the already better players an advantage that has to be counted in.
Yeah, a huge advantage. And I was seeing deck profiles, and the people were saying, yeah, I think only one team that did not have that advantage, that did have that advantage, did not manage to top the event, actually. So every other one of them was topping, and that's like quite huge, I think. Nearly everybody converted that advantage into an actual top, which is pretty big. And
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's talk about the general flair of the event, because I had the feeling by watching the coverage and the deck profiles and everything that people were really hyped for that Team YCS thing, like that 3 versus 3, and people were really happy about Konami doing something new, and they were like, that's the best thing Konami did for quite a while for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm kind of curious whether we will get a European Team YCS rather sooner than later, maybe. What do you think? Is that possible to get one this year?
I obviously hope so. Like the event seemed to be super fun. Like everyone was enjoying it so much. Like players like Joshua Osters stated that it was like one of the best experiences they ever had in Yu-Gi-Oh!, which says quite a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I think the tournament system is quite more rewarding than a usual YCS, because if you have invested like much more time than most of the other guys on the tournament, then if you brick, like that happens. If you're having a bad day, you will lose like maybe 3 rounds, like all of your Swiss matches, just due to bad luck. And then you can still be carried by your teammates that have invested like an equal amount of time. So you guys are better prepared than your opponents, and you have a less big chance to lose because of bad luck or like, yeah, basically bad luck. So I think it's much more likely that the better teams will come out on top there. So I really like this.
The results definitely showed that too. I mean, there were a lot of really, really good players making top cut.
Yeah. Also many European players.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, at first the people were thinking, oh no, I'm such a good player. Like the good players were thinking that. Why do I have to go into a team now and maybe give up some of my equity, because I'm a very good player and I test so much for this event? But after the event, I saw that in the deck profiles too, they were really realizing, yeah, now it is still a very huge advantage, because we have the possibility to go around bricks by my teammates making very good decisions for me, and so they were helping each other too. And I was surprised actually that you were allowed to talk to your team partners during the match. That was pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah, that is really cool. I mean, like they already did that. We had lots of 3v3 events so far.
Yeah.
Not a main YCS though, but yeah, they always handle it like that, and it's really great. Like you have this one team captain who can basically, like if you're all playing the same deck, like there's one guy who finished quickly, then you can team up on your opponents. I mean, they will team up as well, but still can really help you if you're like in a tunnel vision mode, and it helps you not miss stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So what do you think would be the perfect choice to put in the middle? Like who would be best to sit in the middle? Like someone with a very grindy control deck, or someone with a combo deck that will be finished very fast? Like, does it make any difference? I'm just wondering, maybe because the one in the middle obviously is like the one that can talk to the left and to the right. So probably it's better finished fast, right?
Put the FTK player in the middle.
Right, that was what I was thinking too. Yeah, for sure. All right, yeah. So YCS Atlanta, hopefully, or maybe we will have a Team YCS for Europe this year. I mean, we will have 3 more YCSs this year, and Konami Europe saw that the event was a huge success. So I hope that they may put up a Team YCS this year. I'm
It
looking
would.
forward to it for sure. Definitely. But let's get to our second event recap, or maybe like some more events, because you've been on fire, Leo, lately. You've been
Yeah.
rocking the regional scene. Do you mind telling us?
Yeah, sure. Ever since I decided to like really play again after I had like a rather short break, honestly, um, I've been working together with United Gozus a lot. Not to say I joined them, and since then my performance has surprisingly increased, like in a positive way. Uh, I picked up Sky Strikers, a deck which I hated for like quite a long time because I think it's really annoying to play against, and it
Yeah.
is really hard to play. But if you playtest a lot, then you can get behind the deck. So you just have such a big advantage over your opponents. And like during the regionals, I realized how great our format actually is right now because back like a few months ago, I was like playing Altergeist all the time and decks like that, and then I just like faced Goki at a YCS, and like my opponent was, I just saw that he was worse than I was, but he just comboed me, and then I lost.
Yeah.
And then this is what I really hated about the game, and right now I can see like I win many games in which my opponents have better openings than I do. I mean, this will probably change at YCSs, but like if your opponent starts full combo or full nuts and you can still like kind of play, especially with Sky Striker, then you can still win the games because your opponents mess up. Like there is a chance that you're making misplays or many misplays in a row if you didn't invest much time in playtesting. That will lead to losing a game, and this is so amazing. Like Salamangreat is incredibly cheap. It is like Monarchs basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of need Phantasmaze, so well. But anyways,
I think that's kind of a general feeling in the community right now. Like everybody is pretty happy with how the format is shaping up right now, right? They're happy with that format of Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, Banlist is around the corner, so let's see what that brings. But continue with your regional stories, please.
Yeah. The Salamangreat deck is like really good. I don't think it's better than Sky Striker, but it's like still really good. But it's also very hard to play. Like, I mean, like the basic combos and all that stuff. That's easy to learn. But like grinding with the deck, knowing which effect you're going to use first, and prioritizing what you're going to do and how you're playing around disruptions, that is just really not an easy job. Which is why I've played Jonas Kosche like many times in the last weeks, and he put up a much bigger fight than most of the other Salamangreat players. Like every time we played, I was like, okay, if he messes this up, then I maybe have a chance to win this because like he had good openings and stuff, and then he never did it. He never messed up.
Yeah, because he's so experienced with the deck.
Yeah, and also a great player, obviously. But yeah, anyways, I played like one tournament without Sky Striker. I played Subterror there. I wanted to go like a bit roguish.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I just picked up the deck and I really like the archetype Subterror. I think the cards look like incredibly cool. And like Hidden City has such an amazing artwork, and I really like the playstyle of the deck.
Yeah.
And I just destroyed all the Salamangreat players. Like the matchup was so easy. This is why I'm really happy that I bought the deck eventually, because if there's a ban list that completely destroys Sky Striker, which I hope for because the deck should die. Like
it's kind of likely for sure.
Yeah. Like you have a really good Salamangreat matchup. Like you can run floodgates that destroy the deck, obviously, and like having a quick effect Book of Moon, like having your Snow being Guru versus Salamangreat is so insane because like what I did every game versus Salamangreat was just opening Guru, booking the Foxy somehow, and then search out Archer to spin the Foxy back so he can't out my Floodgates or the Hidden City or whatnot. So
easy game.
Yeah, the matchup is so favored in Subterror for Subterror. But you lose to Draco. You can't win that matchup. It's impossible to beat Draco with Subterror.
Also, Salamangreat struggles against Draco, so that's like kind of a good roguish pick right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But Draco loses so hard to Sky Striker, which is annoying.
Yeah, that's the point. Like Draco could also come back if Sky Striker gets it, but maybe also Draco dies because that deck has been around for a long time now.
Yeah, but that's like, I mean, nobody really is asking for a Draco hit, or?
Yeah, but just I mean, you could just give it the OCG treatment, right? Just ban the diagrams, ban basically everything. Like, well, what does the deck have in the OCG right now?
Nothing.
It's like nothing, right?
Yeah, it's totally destroyed there.
Yeah, they have two dynamites. Do they even have like heritage still? I don't know.
Probably not.
So yeah, basically that's it about my regionals. I played Sky Strikers. Sky Striker is good, and you have a good chance of winning if you invest a lot of time into playtesting, because right now the format is like there are many decisions that you can make wrong. So basically, before you go to a tournament, know your matchups and know what you want to do with your deck.
Yeah,
that's all. Basically.
Definitely. 100% agreed. Yeah, I think Sky Striker would be a good contender for the deck of the week, which is our next category, but we already had that before. And I mean, everybody is kind of bored of Sky Striker, so we didn't want to give you another Sky Striker deck of the week. So we actually decided to make Thunder Dragon with the new Arcbrave Amorphage Goliath combo to be our deck of the week.
Yeah, that is good, but also so fragile.
Yeah, definitely, because it actually made second place, jokingly second place again for Thunder Dragons at the Team YCS in Atlanta. I think the whole team played the exact same list, did they?
Yeah.
And yeah, so they played that version, and they can put up obviously a huge Thunderboard turn one with involving Colossuses, but also Goliath will be summoned during your opponent's turn, which then says your opponent cannot summon from the extra deck.
It's
also pretty decent.
Yeah,
you're right. It's side. You just definitely, it's kind of side for sure. And yeah, what do you think? Like, Thunder Dragon has been scoring a lot of second places this year, especially at YCS events. Do you think it will be hit by the ban list?
Yeah, I think they should give it a little hit, because like it can't go untreated, right? Like, even if it didn't win YCSs, going second all the time is still pretty good. Like, Colossus is printing Colossus was a mistake, and then the card itself was a mistake, basically.
Mistake on legs, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know why is it so easy to summon a floodgate monster that can protect itself by gaining advantage. It's really weird to me. So I think the deck should get hits, but ironically, the deck is still called Thunder Dragon, even though all the good players say that the Thunder cards are like basically terrible to play.
They don't want to draw the Thunder cards. Yeah, it's really fun.
It's just the Chaos cards. It's like Sky Blaster is insane. The small Chaos Dragons are insane. You could ban those, honestly. Those cards are crazy good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Chaos Dragon Levianeer. It's like every time you play against Thunder and you outgrind them and you don't kill them, they top deck Levianeer and then gain like +4 advantage with just the top deck. This card is also crazy.
Definitely, especially because it doesn't target. That's so good.
Yeah, or shuffle a card back, and the card is just really, really strong.
Definitely, yeah. So, but do you think they will hit like a card like that? I mean, this card also is kind of newish still, so it's not that old. So I think they may not hit this card because it's like kind of like too new a little.
Yeah, I mean maybe the small Chaos Dragon cards will be hit because they are way too easy to abuse with Guard Dragons.
That's right, yeah. That's true.
Like, if they only hit that, then like there's still this pure Thunder Dragon deck, which is not too strong. So that would be fine, actually. Like, the deck wouldn't be too strong without the Chaos Dragon engine. I mean, they will probably find replacements and still going into summoning a few dangers and then going into Saryuja is pretty strong. Saryuja can also be hit.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe we should just definitely hit Saryuja, I think.
There's like too long. Too many possibilities for the deck not to be hit. Like the deck has so many points that you could hit. so many problem cards are in this Danger Thunder Dragon deck, honestly. Like the Chaos Dragon Engine, the Saryuja, and that's only two. I just named two after saying there are so many. So that's I mean,
maybe
Sky Blaster.
Batteryman Solar could also be hit. Like it's pretty good. It's like the best Thunder monster you can draw. I think that's why. Yeah. Like mostly that is a pretty good opener. You can combo off with it.
Yeah, but you can only combo off, like only really combo off with the Chaos Rings.
Yeah,
because this is like big combo to have like Solar, a Dark Monster, and Wyver Burst is already 2 negations and 2 cards ripped off the hand, or you for 1 negation combo.
Definitely, yeah. But if it does not get hit, it will be a pretty big contender for the next format, right? Well, then it could be huge next format.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I don't think that Salamangreat will get hit, and Salamangreat has quite a good matchup against Thunder Dragon, but I also don't think that Thunder Dragon will be able to break a board if like Salamangreat won't be able to break a board that is that big, especially with Goliath, or Goliath. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But
doesn't matter.
What I think is like if this is like the old Yu-Gi-Oh problem, right? Right now, Thunder Dragon is good because people are playing like a bit less of hand traps, like only playing Ash, Valor, and Phantasme. It's not too great. And then Thunder Dragon will come back, and then people will realize, oh, Thunder Dragon is actually a problem. Then they put in Impermanence and Ogre again. Then you try to combo off, and then you end on normal summoning Solar, gets Valored, turn pass.
Yeah, 100% agreed. It's fun to foresee how the Yu-Gi-Oh format will advance and how Yu-Gi-Oh will advance in general. But I would say let's move over to our next category, which is Player of the Week. Yeah. And we had an easy choice again on this one. Like I think Paulo Gonçalves from Brazil just overperformed hardly the last 2 weeks. I mean,
Fala galera.
Insane. He actually was in the winning team of the Team YCS in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, and last weekend he just went to the UDS in Colombia and took the title as well. So back to back, really major event wins. That's really insane. I think
he pulled the Nico Schlierkamp. Nico Schlierkamp won YCS Utrecht and then immediately after won the LLDS in Germany.
Yeah, it's kind of comparable. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, kind of.
Europeans. I think the UDS events are a little bigger than the LLDS events because our LLDS system is a little different, and the finals are smaller generally. But it's still, like, true. Kind of comparable. Like it is the equivalent for sure.
But maybe Germany is a bit more prestigious than South America, but I don't want to like stir people up.
But it always seems to me like the UDS events are more regularly. So there's only one LDS final for us per year, but it seems like there are more UDS finals a year in the American region. Is that true? I'm not 100% sure on it, but it seems like it.
I have no idea.
It seems like there are multiple of these every year. Yeah, but definitely. I mean, he played Sky Striker for both events, so another factor saying Sky Striker probably the best deck right now. Probably the biggest contender to be hit on the ban list. Let's see how Konami manages to do that. But we definitely agree on that. Yeah, but let's waste no time and move over to our card of the week. And we feature a card as a card of the week this week that helped you in your Sky Striker deck, which is an unusual pick for this Sky Striker deck, actually, yeah?
Yeah, indeed. Some people played it in Atlanta already. This is why I came across it.
Yeah.
Hita, the Fire Charmer Ablaze.
The newest Hita.
Yeah, the Link monster. I mean, people played it in Salamangreat because it's insane in the mirror. You can just special summon like Heat Leo from the graveyard of your opponent and then shuffle a card back. This card is so great against Salamangreat. And I mean, like, it also helps in other matchups. When your opponent, for example, goes into something like Phoenix, then you can instantly summon Topologic Bomber Dragon. With Hita, the thing is in the matchup of Salamangreat, what I experienced is that you have to kind of break the board of your opponent in the first turn, which is much easier by resolving Area 0 and multi-roll before you really do stuff. also they most likely will negate the multi-role already. So you kind of have to.
They have to, otherwise they are really fucked, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to anchor them, or you have to anchor the Stalio, or sometimes even the Sunlight Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, then you can't get rid of it anymore, or you just go into a bad link too if you don't play a Hita. So if you play Hita, you just like what happened the most for me was to take the Stalio, then punch over the Sunlight Wolf with Kagari and the Stalio, and then go instantly into Hita to summon the Sunlight Wolf back, and then go into Topologic Bomber Dragon, and then maybe also set that one up with like either Shark Cannon or Token, or you can also like protect it with Eagle Booster, so your opponent can't OTK you through it, and also can't build up like too many resources, because if you want to special summon extra deck monsters to a zone and link monster points to, then you obviously get blown up.
Yeah, so just a link 2 that makes sense in the Sky Striker deck and is obviously busted in Salamangreat. Of course, everybody is playing it at Salamangreat because it's so good in the mirror match for sure.
Yeah, it's also kind of nice versus Infernoid, what I experienced in the latest regional, because I could summon the Tiara and then Boral Sword with a Tiara together. That's like a lot of damage.
Yeah, that comes up a lot, I guess.
Yeah, it's like really basic Yu-Gi-Oh! To summon Tiara from your opponent's graveyard right now in 2019.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so our next segment is news time, and there have been some announcements over the last 2 weeks, I would say. I mean, first off, the latest set just dropped, which is Infinity Chasers.
Yeah.
And the pull ratios for Infinity Chasers were coming through already.
Yeah, if you want to get your Xerxes, then you will have to spend an infinite time chasing it. Yeah, that one was
super short printed. Yeah, it's super annoying. And I think everybody hates short prints. Mm-hmm. And that card was like, I think, pre-selling for around €7 to €8 because everybody was like, yeah, Evil Eye is unimportant. It doesn't matter. So that card won't be any money. But apparently it is super short printed by Konami. So Konami made it money. And it's like €20 now already. It's insane. But
it's not like you want to buy the set anyways, unless you want to play like one of those decks because you're really into small anime girls. No judgment here, by the way. But yeah, like it's a bad set and the card is short printed. Like if the deck wasn't so bad, then it would be like crazy expensive. But then again, the set would sell. So
yeah, true. It's really, really annoying that this card is short printed. Or like there are multiple short prints. I think the field spell of them is also short printed, and it just makes no sense. And I hope Konami someday decides to stop that. That would be cool.
Yeah. It's true.
But on the other hand, Konami announced some really cool new things. And it seems like it's already reprint season, even though it is not. But Duel Power is packed with reprints. It's insane what they're reprinting there. Like, I think over the last few days, actually a picture of alternate art Borreload came through. So Borreload will also be reprinted in Duel Power. On top of like all the hand traps we already knew about, Ash, Ghost Bell, Impermanence, and Evenly Match and all that. And now Borreload comes on top. Also, they showed us Crystal Wing, Galaxy Soldiers that are cards. They always have been like €10 or so, and now they would just drop in price so hard. And that's so good for the community because they get accessible and stuff. It's just very, very cool. So all the reprints. And another reprint was announced. Actually, Link Kuribo will be reprinted in Ultra Rare. Cool.
Yeah, like why do they always do that? Just like give cards the same rarity reprint as they already have.
Yeah, or like he's jump Link Kuribo, I guess.
Yeah, or like reprint cards that already have a high rarity. Like reprint those in a higher rarity. Like we just discussed Cosmic Cyclones, like a secret rare, and they just made it ultimate rare in a tournament pack. That doesn't really make too much sense to me. But anyways, we have more news.
Yeah, actually, that was just today, right? Or yesterday or today, that news, that announcement was coming through. It is not really an announcement, but I think Konami made some kind of a video, and in that video there was a picture of Galatea, the Arcust Link 2. And actually, there was no first edition printing on it. You could see that, but also it was not super rare, obviously. So that is a direct hint that it will be the ultimate rare of OTS 10, or like one of the ultimate rares from OTS 10. Which is kind of cool. What do you think of Galatea Ultimate? I think it's a cool thing, but there are other cards I would like more as an Ultimate rare, definitely.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, it's still not Herald of the Orange Light, so we should all be like satisfied with it.
I guess so. It's at least a playable card that is played in the metagame right now. Yeah. And I mean, the tournament pack should feature cards that are tournament relevant, so I definitely think Galatea isn't too bad of a choice.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not like super important for every deck, so it won't be like too expensive. So if you want to play your cool Orcus deck in high rare, you can, and it won't be like much more than 15 euros.
Yeah, I mean, and so far playing Orcus high rare is a pretty easy task to do, because all of these cards are just commons and rares, and it's like very easy to build an Orcus deck, which is kind of cool too, of course.
Don't forget Orchestrated Return.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's like 7 or 8 euro. It's true. Yeah. So, what do you think? We had Merlin already waiting for quite a while. Should we get him in now?
Yeah, sure. So, let's introduce the one and only Merlin Schumacher.
Yo, guys, what's up?
Hey, Merlin.
How you doing?
Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, what have we prepared for you for our interview?
That's a question. That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a direct question to you, Merlin. No, I think we probably should just start off by I mean, a lot of people know you because you're a very well-known face of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, because every YCS you would see Merlin Schumacher walking around somewhere. So you have been around for quite a long time. So maybe you just give us like a little history about you in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, when did you start and what was your biggest success? So just introduce you as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, please. Thank you.
Right, no problem. Well, pretty much started back in 2002 when the first starter decks came out. I remember I had the Yugi starter deck before the Kaiba starter deck, unlike all my other friends, and that made me the cool kid, basically. Because everybody was trashing around Blue Eyes White Dragons while I was on the Dark Magician side, and I've stuck with that. But yeah, I've been basically active ever since. I've taken short breaks in between, but I've been pretty much active the whole 17 years of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game being around. And yeah,
17 years. Almost a lifetime.
Quite a few events, but I've only won one, which was my biggest success. That was YCS San Mateo back in 2013, I think. And yeah, ever since I've been on the low side, but I've been at all events, and I just enjoy meeting all the people.
Yeah, absolutely cool. You're like always smiling when I see you, and you're just a positive face to meet at every YCS, I think, or at every event in general. It's just very, very nice.
Yeah, not all the time. I remember YCS Rimini, where I just came back from the toilet, and Merlin was waiting for me and to just jump scare me.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. It probably was the case because Merlin was partying all night long, right? He was so fired up by that.
Especially when it's a location like Rimini. You know, Rimini and Prague are the party YCSs.
Yeah, definitely.
That was obviously, honestly, one of my worst Yu-Gi-Oh! Experiences in the history of the game.
Which one, though? There was multiple YCS Riminis.
I think it's 2016, or was it 17? I have no idea.
Like, what did happen?
I just came back from the toilet, and then Merlin jumped at me.
That made your event, yeah.
I pretty much ruined his weekend. I remember he told me like next event as well. He was like, "Oh my god, I've got to get you back for that."
Yeah, and I did in London.
Oh yeah, damn! I remember that. That was shocking. I was like, "Well, I didn't ruin my weekend, but yeah, you got me good."
That's cool. Yeah, and also, you've always been with United Gozos. For how long have you been with United Gozos now?
Well, I've joined the team in February 2014, and that's actually not even that long ago. Like, thinking about it, I've only been a member for 5 years, but it feels like my entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Career. And I don't know, I've I've deeply linked with United Goose. I've been in teams before, but those were like smaller teams and not that competitive and more like family teams. And United Goose is exactly that for me now. That's why I'm like in United Gooses, because it's the only big team that's also like a family for me.
Yeah, to me it also felt like you're in Gozos forever. Like I cannot remember you being in a different team than Gozos. It's
2014
you
is
probably
5
never heard
years
of Team
ago.
Top Control.
Yeah. So it has not even been that long. And what is your actual role in the team right now? Do you have a special? Are you like a leading position or so?
Well, right now I'm basically a retired executive member that I used to be the vice president for the last 2.5 years, and then due to time issues and personal life being taken over, I've retired from that position recently. And basically I'm advising the new executive guys, and I'm still there at let's say not player function, but as an executive senior, I'd say. I'm not making executive decisions anymore, but I'm advising. I'm always giving my 2 cents. And yeah, basically, let's say I'm one of these guys that is still kind of active because I'm still showing at events, but I don't have the time or the energy to put in to fully be an executive member and taking all the executive decisions and all the responsibility at this time.
Yeah, but you're still enjoying the family life, the family part of the team.
Exactly, yeah. I'm still very active in team chats and on Facebook and social media and everything. And if any of the team members has a question, they can always come to me and like I'll advise them and I'll help them.
Yeah, cool. And you said you're like kind of out of the game right now. Do you actively play the game at the moment?
Well, I've been to all the YCSs in the last 2 years, I think, except for one YCS in London. And I've been playing in all of them except for YCS Düsseldorf, where I could not participate in the main event due to the registration issues, and then I ended up judging. But I do not really spend a lot of time on the game outside of these premier events. So basically, between one YCS and the other, I do not play test or play the game at all because of my real life taking over, and I've got not any time for it. So essentially, I'm not active, but I am at every event.
Yeah, but it's still nice that you take the time to actually go to the few events we have a year. So you're still part of that.
I always meet my friends. I meet my good friends I've known for over 17 years now. Some of them I know from the very start. And I enjoy that a lot. I enjoy traveling.
Yeah. As a lot of us do. As a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players do. That's why we enjoy these YCSs, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the most important thing. I always keep telling people if they ask me what I enjoy about events the most is that whole experience, that the entire weekend has to be awesome. Like you have to enjoy the travel, you have to have good food, you have to party, you have to meet friends, and like make it the whole experience. And if your main event doesn't go that well, that happens. That's a factor you can always influence because Yu-Gi-Oh is always sometimes based on luck. So if your main event doesn't go that well, the rest of your weekends should still be awesome, and that's what you should be aiming for.
Yeah. Were you ever like a super serious player which would say no to a few drinks in the evening when you're like doing well in the main event or so? Or you're just always fun first at a YCS?
Well, that I can't answer that with a yes or no. I was very, very serious about the game until I won one. Like I was actually playtesting like crazy, and I was very up to date with all the game mechanics, all the cards, everything, all the decks. I was like spending a lot of time on the game, and I was keeping up with it a lot. And at the same time, I was always up for party as well. Like there was numerous events where I was on a really good X1, XO, XO1 record on day one, and I would still go party like crazy and come back to the hotel room, pick up my backpack, and make it to round one on day two. So that has never been an exclusive decision for me. I would always try to go for both.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's like you're never saying no to fun in the evening, to fun with your friends or so. That's like
exactly. I never put Yu-Gi-Oh above the friends or vice versa. I would always try to make both happen, and if it didn't, usually Yu-Gi-Oh got the short end.
When you were entering the venue at 8 o'clock in the morning, like no sleep, but ready for the tournament again.
Exactly. I was like, well, a bottle of water and some ibuprofen will do.
Yeah, you had some experience with that, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Leo, what do you think? Shall we just go for quick spells now?
Yeah, so Merlin, we have a game prepared for every guest that we have. I think I haven't told you about it yet, right?
Nope, there were no spoilers. I'm not prepared.
Okay, so the game Quick Spells. We are going to ask you, or rather, I am going to ask you some questions in a period of 90 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And you're trying to answer as many as you can in that short amount of time. You can always skip the question and just try to answer them.
Are they spell themed, or is that just a play of words?
No, it's just because it's just a play of words.
It's very quick.
Right.
It's mostly Yu-Gi-Oh themed, but not everything is Yu-Gi-Oh themed.
I was gonna go scapegoat. No.
Okay, I will just start the countdown, and I will count you down from 3 to 0. So be prepared. It's
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, which hand trap was released in Storm of Neos?
Storm of Neos. That was hand trap. They had a couple. There was Electric Virus, Marionetteer, and
okay, all right. Which white wine? Okay, so I'm gonna name 2 monsters depicted on Return from a Different Dimension.
DD Warrior Lady and Bazoo, the Soul Eater.
Name 3 banned cards.
Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End, Change of Heart, and Snatch Seal.
Which card was Jaden Yuki's first card in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
Elemental Hero Clayman.
What colors is this season's regional deck box?
Purple.
Which number is between 25 and 27?
26.
Name 2 cards that are on the next national playmat.
Pass. Skip.
What deck did Merlin Schumacher play to get his first YCS title?
Dragon Rulers.
Is Altergeist even a fucking deck?
Altergeist is not a fucking deck, you know that.
Against whom did you lose in Swiss and Top Cut of the Dutch Nationals 2018?
That was some random German guy. I don't really remember his name. I think it was something like Leonard König or something. I don't know.
What are the attack points of Gem Knight Garnet?
Okay,
does he even have attack points?
Time is up. No, just Brick. Brick would have been the correct answer there.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I figured it was not just 1900.
Okay. So let's just go through. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct answers. Like Chaos Emperor Dragon isn't banned anymore, or is it? Like,
wait, isn't that just the prize card that's not banned, but the original is banned?
Let me just check that.
Oh wait, no, you got an errata and then like didn't get off the list from the first errata, but then like 3 lists later it just got off the list, I think. Yeah, you're right.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it is actually not banned anymore, so there's no point for that. But yeah, we had 7 correct answers in total.
Okay.
Leonard, are you just double checking or?
Yeah, I'm double checking, but it doesn't seem to be on the list. Okay. So yeah, sucks to be you, Merlin. But anyways,
I can't believe I forgot painful choice.
7 is like still really good. You won't get into the top cut of question answering of our quick spell game because Jonas Koschel and Lukas Windel both had 9 correct answers.
Yep, they set the bar high.
Yeah, you're tied up with Zoe Weber. Ironically, like the worst guys at the game that we kind of invented are we. Like we played that against each other and we were like 5 and 4. So yeah.
I assume it also plays a big role how quickly you get to answer and how much like you love in between stuff, because I was like really loving it a lot because these questions were great. These questions were really prepared. I loved it.
Yeah, maybe you have been wasting a little bit of time. That's true.
I also had like, which wine goes best with fish?
Which wine goes best with fish? Oh yeah, you spoiled that with saying white wine, but white wine is way too general to answer that question specifically. You know, I'm a bit serious about food and drinks, so I would have.
Yeah, we were going to get to that.
I would have elaborated on that. That would probably cost me like a minute.
Yeah, but feel free to do now. What is the best wine for fish then?
Well, you are correct in saying a white wine goes with fish instead of a red wine, but then you'll have to distinguish because white wine have like so many different grapes and so many different regions where they come from. Depends on which kind of fish you go for as well, because fish is not fish. Like you if you go for shellfish, whitefish, salmon, like they call fish, like seafood, shellfish, you got to be a bit more specific there. It's just, I don't know. Let's let it stay like that, and I could like rather show you in a barbecue session and like bring you the differences of wine closer to you.
Ooh, a nice little
Yeah, I
wine
would enjoy
tasting. For sure.
Nice. Well, we'll just have to wait for a Mediterranean YCS then, because fresh fish supply is really awkward in Germany.
That's actually true. Yeah. As Leonard was saying, we plan to actually talk about food with you, because I think every social media post I see of you actually involves some food. It's really ridiculous. I think actually today you just posted a picture of food on Facebook, and I just saw that, and it looked delicious as always. Really, your food pictures are really, really cool. Like, it always makes me hungry seeing your food pictures, for sure.
Nice. I like I hope that you keep enjoying them. It's basically like I like to travel, and when I travel, I also try to get the local cuisine in and try different foods and try delicious foods. That's a very important part of my life.
Yeah, but you're also like cooking on your own, right?
Oh yeah, that as well. Like when I'm at home, usually I cook more because I don't always have like a kitchen or anything available on my travels. But when I'm at home, I try to cook a lot, like because it's healthier and saves money. And yeah, I'm trying to be able to prepare delicious stuff for myself, because honestly, I'm a student. I can't afford to go outside and eat like in a restaurant all the time as well.
Yeah, of course. So you treat yourself at home. And
Yep.
It really looks like you're treating yourself. Like, the food always really looks delicious. I mean, and it's always like special food as well. It's not like just pasta or something. It is always like seafood and everything.
Pasta,
It's just
okay?
no, it's not just pasta. Of course, pasta is great, definitely. But it's always like plus. You have a lot of stuff, and like it seems like you're eating for a long time in the evening. Like, you're not just having one dinner, you're like having 3 dinners or so.
Oh yeah. You should see my schedule. My schedule actually involves up to 5 hours a day for eating. Nah, I'm kidding.
Why are you not fat?
Well,
that's a good
because
point.
my schedule always also involves sports. Like sports are an important part of my life.
Luckily for you.
Yeah, like I've been eating a lot, but also doing a lot of sports my entire life. I've got this like curve, like towards the end of September I always reach my height, because like from start of August until the end of September I basically do nothing but traveling, eating and drinking and partying. So I'm away from home and I don't get to exercise as much and I don't eat as healthy. That's why I gain a lot of weight until then, and then I go back down afterwards.
It sounds amazing. I mean, just having that spare time for traveling, eating, having fun, meeting your friends. Amazing.
Well, some people call me a bum because I'm still a student at the age of 27, but I kind of enjoy that.
I mean, it's the best part of our lives, right? I mean, we are all students sitting in this round, and just the time of our lives. So why shouldn't you enjoy it for a little longer?
Man, working must suck, honestly.
Yep, it does. I've tried it, and I went back to studying.
I really like how this interview goes into like a completely different way than all the other ones, where we were talking like mainly Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and like reach your Yu-Gi-Oh goals and all that stuff. And this is a good discussion about food and parties. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
that's what we're all interested in, right? We can relate to that.
Definitely. And do you maybe have a food recommendation for, let's say, Utrecht, for example? Because we will be in Utrecht later in the year. Do you have like a special place to go there always when you're in Utrecht?
Oh yeah, when you're in Utrecht in the city center, there's these. I have no street name off the top of my head, but I think you remember the city center of Utrecht, where you have these little channels, like the similar to the Grachten in Amsterdam, where it's basically little pieces of rivers, like puzzle together, and then the high walls. And at one of these places downstairs, basically right next to the water, there's this awesome barbecue restaurant where you can get like really nice brisket and ribs and authentic American barbecue. And we went there, and you can also like get your beer from the tap, which is awesome. So you can just sit at a table. It's also good for larger groups, and you just sit there and you get the beer off the tap, and you get like authentic American barbecue, which is amazing.
Nice. I was just taking notes all the way through. I will definitely check that out when I'm in Utrecht. And you will probably be there every day too.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely check that out for the next Utrecht event, which is the European Championship, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but you will also have to like come to our place for another barbecue evening. Don't forget about that.
That was amazing.
Promise me.
Dutch National Championship last year, we stayed at that really nice Airbnb, and Leo let us stay there in his backyard, basically camping, and we had a barbecue together. That was legendary.
Sounds amazing.
That was awesome.
And so Merlin was treating everybody then with good food, or what?
Not that much. Like everybody brought their own because it was a little difficult.
Okay.
Because two of them, I think, were vegetarians, which I cannot really cook for. And I'm sorry, like my knowledge of vegetarian food is very limited, and also I don't enjoy cooking vegetarian that much. And also, I did not know all of the guys really well yet. I basically only knew Lucas and Leo back then, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now the other vegetarian is on United Gozos as well.
True, yeah, Kai. And yeah, I mean, like this has got to be a different experience because now I know more of the people, and we'll be a bigger group, I think, and it'll be planned as well. It'll not be like random on the day there.
Yeah, that was really on short notice. But anyways, talking about short notice, we don't have that much time left, so why don't we just hit the counter traps?
Oh yeah.
Basti, do you want to explain?
Sure. So counter traps is our cringy name for our last category, and it actually means that Leo and me won't be able to respond to the questions. We will answer. You will ask you 10 questions, Merlin, and you can just answer them, and we won't comment on it. So it just will be question, answer. So in a rather quick way, and we won't have any possibility to respond. So are you ready for that? Spell speed 3. Exactly. That's counter traps. Okay, so let's start off with the first one. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series?
26.
Second question. What is your favorite...
Are you going to do that every time?
Please no. What is your favorite format of all time?
26.
What was the longest holiday you combined with a YCS travel?
26.
What did you say?
26.
Ah, that's 26 in French.
Okay, that really suits to our next question. How many languages do you speak?
26.
So Twitch chat is loving that. So our next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how deep are you into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now?
26.
Question number 6. Because it's almost Ben this time, what is the change you're wishing the most?
2 times 13.
Yeah, that's 26. What is your favorite YCS location?
2 veces 13.
Do you think United Gozos is the best team in the world right now?
2 fois 3.
What is the best party location on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Circuit?
2 volte 13.
Do you have any final shoutouts to make?
2 mal 13 ist auch 26. Bam.
Okay, so you definitely ruined our game there. Congratulations for that.
I'm sorry, I just had to do that because I'm kind of in a hurry as well. And when you mentioned that you're running out of time, I realized that I was going to meet a friend at 9 and it's 8:55. So I had to make this very short. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. I mean, we had a very nice talk before, so I think I enjoyed it. So hopefully you did enjoy it as well. And yes. So I would just say thank you to you, Merlin. And
thank you very much. Thank you for having me. This was amazing. I loved it.
have a nice day in Prague, I've heard.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You guys enjoy and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye, Merlin.
Bye.
And so, Leo, we will stay for a moment, I think.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because we can just teaser some stuff for the weekend already. We didn't talk about it in news time, but we will actually be casting the German Open this weekend.
Yes, indeed. I am really sad that I can't go there, but I'm also hyped to go all the way and cast every round. And yeah,
and it could be a lot of rounds because pre-registration numbers were sticking through, and it's like over 600 players already registered for the event. That's insane.
Yeah, for a regional, this could easily be the biggest regional in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Definitely. I mean, do you know what the biggest European regional has been so far?
I think it was something really short, really close to 400.
Yeah, right. So I think we will crush that number for sure.
Yeah.
I can see us having at least 500 players, definitely.
I'm maybe it's getting close to 1,000. There are many players who aren't pre-registered, because why would you?
Yeah, I think that's a bonus for at least coming there early. So
you can get field centers.
Right. I saw that too. That looks really, really nice field centers too.
Yeah, I think only Jubel looks nice. The rest is not my kind of field center, but that's just my point of view on those field centers. And you guys know I'm always complaining about stuff, so yeah.
That's true. But in general, Yu-Gi-Oh players will be like, oh, free stuff, give it to me, right?
Yeah, that is true. That is really Yu-Gi-Oh player, actually.
Free stuff is free stuff. I mean, you cannot complain about that. Having a field center is better than having no field center.
That is really good math that you're doing there. I can't argue against that.
Yeah, definitely. And before that, we will actually be live once more on Thursday once again. Sadly,
finally.
The Ultimate Guard League Cup wasn't happening too, because one of the teams didn't want to play. So we will have another match this week, and we're actually into top 16, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so, and I have no idea what teams are that are playing.
On the top of my head, I don't know as well, but we will have a Facebook and Instagram post for that before Thursday, definitely. So stay tuned for that. Check out social media, and definitely tune in on Thursday evening, 9:15. It will be, as always,
or maybe 9 again. We don't know.
Yeah. Just check out our social media, and you will definitely know. Or just hit that notification bell here on Twitch, maybe. Or is it? No, it's not a notification bell, right? I think if you subscribe to our channel, or if you like our channel, you will definitely get a notification if you like. So just make sure to do that. I don't know how it's called on Twitch, but do that.
Yeah, do all the good stuff that you can do for us. We appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you want to subscribe, please do so. Obviously, you have a free Twitch Prime sub every month, so there's no money to be invested if you're already a Amazon Prime user. Just give out that Prime sub.
Honestly, I have no idea if I'm Prime sub to this channel, but I will be soon.
You should be, definitely. Yeah, and we saw development of our how's it called, emotes. Our emotes are on their way. They look really, really nice. So
they're gonna be amazing, honestly.
Yeah, so you better make sure to subscribe to the channel, because then you will be able to use them. But yeah, we will introduce them at some point. Let's see when they're finished, but they're close to being finished, definitely.
Yes, and they are already amazing. I really love them. So 1 hour is over.
Perfect.
I am going to crack up a cold one in honor to Merlin.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I already congratulated you, but you had your birthday on Sunday. So congratulations again. So you can crack another one for that. And actually, the cool thing is we will be seeing us on Saturday too for the German Open, because we will be casting in Magdeburg together. So then we can have a drink together. That's also very cool.
Yeah, and we're going to play so many old formats.
Yeah,
I just bought so many useless cards for way too much money to play those games.
So you have to play with it.
Yeah.
No choice. And I will have no choice as well. So guys, it was a pleasure as always with you. We see you on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. Bye bye.